Hey, this is for those of you who were frustrated after the lesson yesterday about form and structure and hanging fire, and or you did not get show mastery on the mastery check. So I'm sorry that didn't work better. I had a plan and it didn't work out. So anyway, let's try it again. So the poem Hanging Fire, when you read it out loud without in the way that it was written, it sounds like this. And if you tried to read it yourself, I think you would find that it's difficult to get through each stanza without pausing, because we pause only at punctuation when we read poetry. So here's how the first stanza would sound. Hanging fire. I am 14 and my skin has betrayed me. The boy I cannot live without still sucks his thumb in secret. How come my knees are always so ashy? What if I die before morning and mama's in the bedroom with the door closed? So the lack of punctuation means we don't pause, we keep going. And it creates a feeling when we're reading the poem of being overwhelmed, rapid fire thoughts, one idea after the next, chaotic, overwhelming feelings. Those are all some things that are created. And of course, there's two more stanzas, and the same thing happens, right? With those last two lines repeated and the period only coming at the end of each stanza. Now, if you were to read it with punctuation, it would sound a lot different. So let's see if I can change my page. Here is the first stanza with punctuation that I added. Audre Lorde did not publish it with punctuation, right? Okay, here it goes. Hanging fire. I am 14 and my skin has betrayed me. The boy I cannot live without still sucks his thumb in secret. How come my knees are always so ashy? What if I die before morning and mama's in the bedroom with the door closed? So I think you can hear the difference, right? It was certainly easier for me to read because I knew where I could pause. I could pause, first of all, and there were these clear signposts for me, right? The period here, the period here, the question mark here, the question mark here. And it's not quite so overwhelming and chaotic. The different thoughts are separated that way into different sentences where, when speaking, I can regain my composure and then move on to the next sentence, the next thought. All right? And so some interpretive claims that you might make about this poem are here. The first one is the poem's structure features a lack of punctuation, only coming at the end of stanzas. This causes the reader to read the thoughts of the speaker in a rapid-fire manner, creating the feeling of spiraling and a loss of control. That's one student's response. Here's another one. This has to do with the repeated lines, which is another aspect of form and structure, and that is what 5.3 is all about. Each stanza ends with the repeated lines, and mama's in the bedroom with the door closed, which creates the effect of panic and loneliness. The speaker doesn't have anyone to get help from. Even their mom, the one who should always be there, is unavailable to them and just out of reach. And you might also add that those repeated lines are emphasized because of the punctuation mark that ends the repeated line and the isolation that causes. Okay, how about this one? Each stanza includes a reference to the fear of dying. Among the more trivial seeming concerns like acne, dry skin, learning to dance, and having nothing to wear. Pairing the existential fears with the more superficial ones creates the feeling that the speaker is overwhelmed and that even the seemingly trivial worries are very real to her. This one connects to form and structure in that we're talking about repetition, but it's not as well aligned with form and structure as the first two. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you, and if you need to revise your mastery check, feel free to use this. Just be sure that you then support your interpretive statements.